Tru-Color Paint is an organic, solvent-based paint which has excellent adhesion to plastic models. In this series of videos, we will demonstrate our recommendations on how to use Tru-Color Paint, our masking paper, and how to clean up your airbrush or paintbrush equipment. These suggestions apply to all types of models: railroad, military, automobile, and science fiction. We will be using 0.020 inch styrene sheet for the initial introduction of Tru-Color Paint products. This will be followed by railroad shells and pieces of models in subsequent demos. If possible, the first phase of painting most any model is preparing the surface by washing with warm soapy water. Since styrene sheet is notoriously difficult to adhere to, we are washing both sides. There is a matte and a shiny side of the 0.02 inch styrene with comment to roughen the surface, rinsing thoroughly and patting dry with paper towels, allowed to dry several hours before painting. The first color we are applying to the matte side of our washed styrene sheet is TCP 9256 Light Primer, which has our unique blend of adhesion promoters added to help our paint adhere to 3D printed and cast resin parts and models. We are using our 9000 series 3D printed and cast resin paints only because styrene sheets are difficult for any paint to adhere to. Our 9000 series paints are not required for most plastic model kits. Our standard sprayable paints will work just fine. Spray any model in a steady back and forth motion as you see here. In the case of the styrene sheet I am painting in this demo, to get an even coverage, I am also spraying the sheet in an up and down motion along with the edges. In the case of your model or parts, just make sure you have sprayed all of the sides and the crevices if applicable. I am spraying at 28 psi using a Vega 2000 airbrush with a medium tip. Note that there is a 1 ounce bottle adapter with the siphon tube cut to fit the 1 ounce bottle you see here. Moreover, observe that I am spraying directly from a stock bottle of 9256 Light Primer without any additional retarder or thinner being added. The Badger adapter number is 51-229. Thinner or retarder can be added directly to our paint depending on environmental conditions, age of your equipment, if you want to spray at a lower pressure on the airbrush, or if you wish to spray multiple thin coats on your model. Cleaning your siphon type airbrush when a bottle adapter is used is the same technique regardless of the color used. Remove the bottle from the airbrush. Spray acetone through the airbrush for a few seconds and you're ready to use for the next color. I have cut the primed styrene sheet in half so I can demonstrate several paints for various types of models, using our masking paper to create a camouflage-like pattern. The first model type I have chosen to demonstrate is for World War II RAF aircraft. You may apply your camouflage pattern in any sequence of your choice. However, I routinely apply the camouflage colors from lightest to darkest so as not to influence the hue of the lighter colors adversely when viewing the completed model. The first color I am painting on this styrene sheet is TCP 1288 Sky Type S, which is a light yellowish green color. The major difference in this section of the video is that I am using a paint cup attached to our siphon-fed airbrush to hold the Sky Type S RAF paint rather than a 1 ounce Badger bottle adapter. As before, I am spraying in a back and forth motion at 28 psi using a medium tip on our airbrush. To ensure complete coverage of our paint, I am turning the styrene sheet 90 degrees and continuing to spray in our back and forth motion. Please note that I am respraying the edges to guarantee they are covered uniformly. I am satisfied that I have covered the styrene sheet entirely with the Sky Type S RAF paint, so I am setting it aside to cure overnight. Cleaning the airbrush equipment when using a paint cup is very easy. After emptying whatever is left in the cup back into the paint bottle, take the cup off the airbrush. Spray acetone through the airbrush for a few seconds and set aside to dry as we have done before. Place some acetone into the cup and use a pipe cleaner to clean the spout. Use a Q-tip to clean the bottom of the cup. Dump the dirty acetone into a disposable container or into a paper towel. Use a paper towel to clean out the cup. Repeat this later sequence as needed to ensure the cup is ready for any subsequent colors. We use both 1 and 2 ounce bottle adapters on quite a number of bottles we have in our paint workshop. A lot of colors are used extensively on multiple components of various models that we assemble. It pays for us to keep these colors ready for use. It also helps that we do not have to have a cup on our siphon-fed Vega 2000 airbrush for every color in all 4 of our sprayable product lines, and cleanup is much easier. You will notice that there is a hole at the top of the bottle adapter. This is a vent hole to allow air to come in while you are using the bottle on a siphon type airbrush. Once done with that particular color, we put a piece of Scotch tape to cover the vent hole to prevent evaporation of the solvents. Even if some of the solvents should evaporate out of the paint, you can add our TCP 905 rejuvenator to the bottle to reconstitute the paint for use. Our paint never goes bad. We usually cut the bottom of the siphon tube at an angle to make it easier for the airbrush to pull paint out of the bottle. Note that on the 1 ounce bottle adapter siphon tube is unusually long as supplied by Badger. We regularly have to cut about 2 inches off the bottom of the tube in order to fit it into the 1 ounce bottle.